Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So I wanted to show you today what we are working on our little homestead here in the winter. So you might not think that gardening in the winter is like there's not a lot that you can do, but there definitely is. And we're definitely working on that today. So right now we started a tiny little strawberry patch in the front of our house, and we want to move that. So we are digging up any of the plants that we have right now that still look good, trying to keep like the roots as much intact as possible, and we're going to move those to our little greenhouse that we built. I'm actually not gonna like plant them, I just want to try to keep them alive. So that's what we're gonna do with that, because in the spring I'm gonna put them in the ground in a much bigger berry patch in the back. And while the girls and I are working on that, the boys are working on building 2 new planter boxes. So I'm gonna take you guys step by step. Hi, sweetheart. She's our little plant mover. So I'm going to take you guys step by step on how we build our 8x4 planter boxes. We're building 2 today, and it cost us about $90 total for these 2. So I just have all of our strawberry plants. I'm just setting them in here for right now. I'm not actually going to dig them in because this is not their final spot that they're going to be. We're actually building a berry patch. Ooh, it's super bright out today. Over there. So for right now, I'm just putting them in our raised bed greenhouse thing that we built, just to keep them alive over the winter without having them directly in the ground. So that's what I'm going with. Hope that this works. They all have nice looking roots, and they're all green right now because it's been unseasonably warm here, just like it has been everywhere, I guess. But I'm hoping that just putting them in here and giving them water and making sure that they have access to that compost that's underneath, if the roots do want to grow more, that will keep them alive. We'll see what happens. I might, if I see that they're starting to go, then I'll come back in here and actually dig them in. But I don't really want to do that because I don't want to transplant them 2 times. So we'll see what happens. But I do have over here the starts of all of our winter greens. So we have tons and tons and tons of sprouts of romaine. So I'm going to let that go for a little bit. And then here in about probably a week or so, I will come out and thin them out. So you can see like right here, not a ton, but right here, there's a lot right here. And this is too much to have in one area. If I just let all of these go, none of them are going to get very big. So anywhere that I have like a lot that have sprouted, I'll have to come in and kind of clean those out. I did plant some cilantro as well, and it is not out yet, so we'll see how that goes.
Ready? Like a regular kid. Ready?
Oh, no!
And now let's get started.
Right now they're making cuts. So we're doing one side of our planter boxes are 8 feet. The other side are 4 feet, so it's 4 by 8. So right now they're cutting the 4-foot pieces. So obviously we don't have to cut the 8 by pieces.
They did.
So all around the top and the bottom, so we have those pieces all cut. We are cutting the angle, a 45-degree angle on the edges, so that it will just kind of fit together perfectly like a frame. And that's going to make it a lot easier to put together, and it just is going to look a lot better in the end. So we're going to cut these.
Got it?
And then we have a whole bunch of little door stops when we're done. So they're going to cut both sides. Making sure that when you cut both sides, the angles are the opposite. So make sure that you have one long end and one short end at the end.
I see another one at school.
What is it?
Roly polies.
Oh, wow. I bet the chickens would have a heyday at that.
Oh yeah.
No. So once we get all of them cut, one person is going to hold, and the other person is just going to screw in through the side here.
I'm gonna move to the other side.
Okay. There we go. So we got 2 screws in on each side. So once they get the frame all put together, then it's gonna be time to start actually putting the middle pieces on. I don't really know what those are called, but the part that makes it taller. What are those things called?
Huh?
What are those pieces called, do you think?
The support?
The support. So they're putting on the supports. So they are just, we have 6 of these all together, and these are 2 feet long, and they're going to go in between the 2 frames to make it an actual box. Right now this area looks pretty not great. We definitely need to do some cleanup, but this is going to be our front gardens. We need to clean out everything that is here, and we're eventually going to be putting some fencing and stuff in, but for right now our 2 boxes are going to go in the front for today, and we're going to do cleanup. So they have all of these like side pieces, these brace things on. So on the 4-foot side it's just on the edges, and then on the 8-foot side there's another one in the middle. They're just making sure that everything is flush right now, which is definitely necessary apparently.
Good.
I will say, so this one my husband and son are building. The last 2 I did. Man, this one looks way cleaner. Look at those edges. So once they get all of these side pieces on, you're going to flip it and put this other frame part on the top and screw that all together. And all these little extra pieces that got cut off the side are perfect.
Mama, look what castle I made.
You made a castle. Good job.
Get over there.
Is it good?
It's so good.
I'm gonna make a bigger one.
Okay. So while he's working on that part, first one, Isaiah is cutting pieces for the second one. Our frame for our first one is finished, so now all we have to do is put whatever it is that you want to cover the outside with. So we have used, what was that first thing that we used?
It was like corrugated
something.
plastic or something.
Yeah, we've used corrugated plastic. That worked great. I didn't love the look of it, and I didn't love how, because I'm using it as a greenhouse, the corrugated, you're stuck. The corrugated part that was like curly, I don't really know how else to describe it, it was wavy on the sides, did not work as great for the greenhouse. And then we've used just regular plywood, and this time we are using this OSB stuff because we're going to end up painting it anyway. So the actual frame itself will probably last several years, but these side pieces right here we will replace every couple of years because you know, it's garden and it's water and it's wet and that's wood. So I'm gonna have to,
It looks good.
Good. So those will have to be replaced. So we're just gonna, we went with it's $15. Well, here it's $15 for an 8x4 sheet. And we just had them cut it down for us there just to make our lives a little bit easier. And yeah, so that's just gonna go on the outside and it will just get screwed into these brace pieces. And I have found that if there's ever mud, the toddlers are gonna find it. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I didn't fall.
Okay, good.
I didn't fall this time.
Okay, good.
Here.
So when they put these side braces in, they left just enough room to be able to fit the OSB in here, right in here. So it's gonna sit nicely flush against this frame part. It's just gonna make it look prettier. I don't know that that's entirely necessary, but it does make it look better. One thing that we did find to be really important was to make sure that the ground is somewhat level whenever you put like a fence in or put any kind of a planter box or anything. We do have it kind of angled just the tiniest bit forward just to kind of help with some runoff, but my husband is just going to till this up right here just so that he can kind of rake it out and even it out, because you do want it to, oh, there's our puppy. Just because you do want it to be even.
There.
Okay, so then the last part of getting our raised beds kind of going. Yeah, you can climb the gate. Last part of getting our raised beds kind of going for springtime right now is that we need to fill them. So we have all of these like bramble things, I don't really know what they're called, on our fence line on this side and on that side over there that need to get pulled up. And then we also have all of these leaves. So right now when all of this stuff is in the ground and dead looking, there's sparks. Hold on just a second now. Are you gonna help? You can grab her. While all this stuff is kind of dead looking and on the ground anyway, rather than just leaving this here, we are going to pull all of this up, and this is going to be our base for the bottom of our raised beds. So this is going to kind of compost. We will add like any of our chicken shavings and the bedding and stuff that we have. Basically we're making like a little compost pile in each of those boxes, and then come springtime we will add probably a layer of dirt, garden soil on top, but for the most part this is going to make up the base of what our raised beds are. So in the end we will fill them mostly for free, which is pretty great. So anyway, that is how we are filling the beds that we're building today. Okay, so we got most of our fence line cleared off. We still have a little bit more to do, but we have some very full beds going on now. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That is just kind of a basic day on our homestead, I guess, in the winter, just trying to kind of get everything ready for spring. If we didn't do all of this work right now, then the springtime would come and it would just be impossible. So anyway, we're just kind of trying to get prepared now so that once springtime does come and it's not so frigid outside, we will actually just be able to jump right in to planting our plants, which is really nice. So we're gonna get these painted and get some fencing up and get a little bit more cleanup done, but for the most part we are pretty much done with them. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.